Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future coin collecting tips and amazing finds. Now let's talk about the penny you may have forgotten about, the 2004 1-cent coin. The basics: what is a 2004 1-cent coin? First, let's get the basics out of the way. The 2004 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, was minted by the United States Mint as part of the regular series of circulating coins. It features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Union Shield on the reverse, designed by Lyndall Bass. Before we get into the crazy part of the story, let's take a quick look at the design. The obverse has Lincoln's portrait, of course, and he's facing right, which was a departure from his usual left-facing portrait that we see on many other coins. The reverse features the Union Shield, which was introduced in 1959 and has since become the standard reverse for the penny. How pennies are made: a quick overview of the minting process. The United States Mint produces billions of pennies every year, and the process is highly automated. A single penny is made from copper-plated zinc. It's formed in large batches, stamped with its distinctive design, and then distributed to banks across the country. But in 2004, something very interesting happened that would cause certain pennies from that year to be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. The mint error, the birth of $1 million penny. Now, this is where the story takes a turn from ordinary to extraordinary. In 2004, a very specific error occurred during the minting process, creating a rare variety of penny that has become one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. Sometimes, when minting coins, errors can happen. These errors can include things like double strikes, off-center designs, or incorrect metal compositions. But in the case of the 2004 1-cent coin, something very unusual took place. A small number of 2004 pennies were mistakenly struck with a double die error, a minting flaw that caused the image on the coin to appear twice or doubled. This happened when the coin was struck more than once by the die, causing certain details like the date, the lettering, and even parts of Lincoln's face to appear more pronounced or doubled. If you look closely at these coins, you'll see that Lincoln's face is slightly doubled. The date 2004 appears with a noticeable shift. It's this type of error that makes a seemingly ordinary penny worth far more than its face value. The rarity: how many 2004 double die pennies are there? So, how rare are these double die error pennies? Well, it's not easy to say exactly how many were made. Some experts estimate that only a few hundred of these rare pennies exist, making them extremely difficult to find. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare pennies? Well, here's a quick tip. The doubled effect is most noticeable on the date and the lettering on the coin, so if you have a 2004 penny and it seems like the date is, well, too much or doubled, there's a chance you might have one of these valuable errors. The big money: how much are these 2004 double die pennies worth? Now for the big question: how much are these rare 2004 double die error pennies worth? You might be sitting on a small fortune. While most 2004 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, some of these error coins have sold for astonishing amounts at auctions. In fact, a 2004 double die penny has been known to sell for as much as $84 million. Yes, you heard that right, $84 million for 1 penny. The high price tag is a combination of rarity, collector demand, and the uniqueness of this specific error. Imagine finding a penny worth more than a luxury car or even a house. That's the power of rarity in the coin collecting world. Of course, not every 2004 penny with a slight error is worth millions. But some of the more pristine examples have fetched prices in the hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. How to check your 2004 pennies? Could you have $1 million coin? So, how can you check if your 2004 penny is one of these valuable errors? The first step is to closely inspect the coin for any signs of doubling, especially around the date and the inscriptions. You can also use a magnifying glass or a loupe to get a better look. If you're still unsure, it might be a good idea to take your penny to a professional coin appraiser or a reputable coin dealer. Conclusion: the importance of preservation and care. Remember, if you think you've found one of these rare pennies, don't clean it. Cleaning can significantly reduce the coin's value, so it's best to leave it as is and seek professional advice. The world of coin collecting is fascinating, and as you can see, even a penny from 2004 can have a shocking value. Keep an eye out for those rare finds. You never know, you might have a small fortune sitting in your pocket right now. So, what do you think? Do you have any rare pennies lying around? Drop a comment below and let us know if you've ever stumbled upon something that turned out to be worth a lot more than you expected. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more exciting content. See you next time with more incredible coin discoveries. Next, 1991 1-cent USA coin. Today, we've got a wild story about a 1991 penny, one that could potentially be worth $49 million. Yes, that's right, $49 million. So let's dive in and see how a simple penny from 1991 could hold such immense value. The basics: what is a 1991 1-cent coin? First things first, let's take a look at the basics of the 1991 1-cent coin. The U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies, which feature the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic design has graced the penny since 1909, making Lincoln one of the most recognized figures on American currency. The reverse of the 1991 penny is equally familiar. It features the Union Shield design, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. The shield represents strength and unity, and it's still used on the reverse of the penny today. The minting process: how pennies are made. Like every other penny, the 1991 1-cent coin was made using copper-plated zinc. The minting process starts with metal blanks being fed into high-powered presses, which strike the blanks with dies to create the coin's design. After the penny is struck, it's sent out into circulation. While most pennies were mass-produced with very little variation, there's one key factor in the 1991 penny that would set certain ones apart and make them extremely rare and potentially worth millions. And it all comes down to an error. The error: the birth of a $49 million coin. Sometimes, in the world of coin production, errors happen, whether it's a misstrike, a double die, or some other anomaly. And when those errors occur, it's not just a tiny mistake. It's an opportunity for rare, valuable coins to emerge. The 1991 penny is no exception. In this case, a rare error occurred during the minting of the 1991 pennies, creating what is now known as the double die error. What exactly does that mean? It means that the penny was struck twice by the die, causing certain details like the date, the lettering, and even parts of Lincoln's image to appear twice or doubled. This double die error is most visible around the date 1991, where you can see the digits are doubled. The lettering along the edge of the coin might also show noticeable doubling. These slight but distinct imperfections are what make the 1991 double die penny so valuable. The rarity: how rare is the 1991 double die penny? So, how many of these rare 1991 double die error pennies are out there? Well, it's difficult to say exactly how many were minted with this flaw, but it's safe to say that the number is very low. Coin experts estimate that only a handful of these error coins were produced, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. While the error may not have been immediately noticeable to the public at large, some sharp-eyed collectors started to notice the difference, and when they did, they started snapping them up. These pennies became a hidden treasure, and as word spread, their value skyrocketed. One of the key reasons these error coins are so rare is because the U.S. Mint typically identifies and corrects issues like these early in the minting process. So, any error coins that made it into circulation were a fluke, and the fewer of these errors that exist, the more valuable they are. How much is a 1991 double die penny worth? Now, here's where things get truly mind-blowing. While most 1991 pennies are worth only 1 cent, a 1991 double die error penny can sell for hundreds, thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars. Some of the most pristine examples of this coin have been sold for over $49 million at auction. That's right, $49 million for a single penny. The demand for rare coins like this has driven the price up, especially for those in mint condition. So, what makes these pennies worth such a hefty sum? It's a combination of rarity, demand from collectors, and the fact that this is a once-in-a-lifetime find. At auction, the value of these error pennies can fluctuate depending on factors like condition, the presence of a certificate of authenticity, and how competitive the bidding is. But don't be fooled: if you happen to find one of these in your pocket change, you could be holding a small fortune. How to spot a 1991 double die error penny? So, how do you know if you've found one of these rare, valuable coins? It's all about the details. The most noticeable sign of a 1991 double die error penny is the double date. If you can clearly see the digits 1991 appear twice with one set shifted slightly to the right, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. The same effect can sometimes be seen in the words E pluribus unum or liberty, which might appear doubled as well. To get a closer look, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to carefully inspect the coin. If you spot the doubling effect, you could be holding something worth a lot more than 1 cent. the potential treasure in your pocket. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1991 double die penny is a perfect example of how one small mistake in the minting process can turn a humble penny into a priceless treasure. So, the next time you reach into your pocket for change, take a moment to check your pennies. You never know when you might stumble upon a small fortune. Remember, though, don't clean your coin. Cleaning can lower its value. If you think you have one of these rare 1991 double die error pennies, it's best to get it appraised by a professional before making any decisions. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1991 penny that might be worth a fortune? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more fascinating coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Next, 1992 1-cent USA coin. When you think of a penny, you probably imagine something that's worth a single cent, small, shiny, and somewhat insignificant. But what if I told you that a 1992 1-cent coin could be worth $51 million? You heard that right. $51 million. That's a lot for a coin that you might find lying around in your pocket. In today's video, we're going to dive into the history, rarity, and shocking value of the 1992 1-cent coin. Trust me, this is a story you won't want to miss. We've got a story about a 1992 penny that could be worth millions. Let's break down the history, the error, and why this coin might just be worth more than a mansion. The basics. What is a 1992 1-cent coin? Before we get into the amazing part of the story, let's first understand what the 1992 1-cent coin looks like. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, all featuring the well-known image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's portrait has graced the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage. And on the reverse side, we see the iconic Union Shield, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the older wheat ears design. The shield represents the strength and unity of the United States. The minting process, how pennies are made. Like all pennies, the 1992 1-cent coin was made from copper-plated zinc. The process begins with blank metal discs being fed into powerful presses, which stamp the design onto the coin. Each penny is carefully struck with the dies, and the finished coins are sent into circulation. Most of the 1992 pennies followed this standard process. But for a small number of them, something went wrong in the production process. That's where the real treasure lies. We're talking about an error that turned a humble penny into a highly valuable collectible coin. The error, the birth of a $51 million coin. In 1992, a minting error occurred that led to the creation of a very rare variety of the penny, the 1992 double die error. This type of error happens when the coin is struck by the die more than once, causing certain details to appear doubled or out of alignment. And this wasn't just any error. It was a major one that caught the eye of numismatists and coin collectors alike. If you closely examine a 1992 double die penny, you'll notice that the date 1992 and parts of the lettering, like Liberty and In God We Trust, appear slightly doubled. This doubling effect occurs because the coin was struck twice in a misaligned manner, creating a second, faint image that overlaps the original one. The rarity. How rare is the 1992 double die penny? Now, how rare is this error? Well, as with any minting error, the rarity of these coins depends on how many were actually produced. Experts estimate that only a few hundred 1992 double die pennies made it into circulation, making them incredibly rare. Because of the way the minting process works, most errors are caught early and corrected, so the number of error coins that actually make it into circulation is very low. With the 1992 double die, this error was not immediately detected, and only a handful of these coins survived the years to be found by collectors. How much is a 1992 double die penny worth? So, how much could this rare 1992 penny actually be worth? Well, it's not just worth a little more than 1 cent. It can be worth a lot more. In fact, depending on the condition of the coin, a 1992 double die penny could sell for $51 million or more. Yes, you heard that correctly, $51 million. That's the kind of money some of these error pennies have fetched at auctions. The price comes from the rarity of the coin, the historical significance of the error, and the intense demand from collectors. And don't think that's just a one-time fluke. Other similar coins with fewer errors have also sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why does a penny from 1992 fetch such a huge price? Because collectors will pay top dollar for a coin that is both rare and in excellent condition. It's not just about the historical significance. It's about owning a piece of numismatic history. How to spot a 1992 double-die error penny. So, now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare pennies? Well, here's how you can check. First, inspect the coin carefully with a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the date, 1992, and see if it appears doubled. You should also check the lettering on the obverse of the coin, like Liberty and In God We Trust. If you spot a doubling effect, you may have found a valuable coin. The doubling should be noticeable but subtle. It won't look like two completely distinct images. It'll just look like the letters or numbers are slightly out of alignment. The best way to confirm if you have a genuine double-die error is to have it professionally appraised by a numismatist. Other 1992 coin variations, while the 1992 double-die penny is the most famous error, there are other variations of the 1992 coin that can be valuable. For example, some collectors also look for coins with certain die cracks, overstrikes, or unique markings. These coins might not be worth millions, but they can still fetch significant sums depending on the severity of the error. Coin collecting is all about finding those rare gems that could be worth far more than their face value. And sometimes, the smallest error can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure. Could you have a $51 million penny? The world of numismatics is full of surprises, and the 1992 double-die penny is a perfect example of how a small mistake during minting can lead to a highly valuable coin. If you've got a 1992 penny lying around, it's worth taking a closer look. After all, you might be sitting on a small fortune. So, next time you're going through your spare change, don't just toss those pennies aside. Take a moment to check for any errors that could make them worth a lot more than 1 cent. You could be holding a rare find that could change your life. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more awesome coin collecting tips, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more exciting numismatic discoveries. Next, 2015 1 cent USA coin. Most of the time, when you think of a penny, you might picture a small, shiny copper coin worth just 1 cent. But what if I told you that a 2015 1 cent coin could be worth $45 million? That's not a typo, $45 million. In today's video, we're going to explore how a seemingly ordinary penny from 2015 could have such extraordinary value. Stick around because the story behind this coin is one you won't believe. We're diving into a story about the 2015 1 cent coin, one of the most surprising and valuable pennies you could find. Let's break down why this particular penny is worth so much and how you could potentially stumble upon one of these valuable coins. The basics: what is a 2015 1 cent coin? Before we jump into why the 2015 1 cent coin is worth so much, let's first take a quick look at the basics. The 2015 penny was minted in Denver, which is indicated by the D mint mark on the coin. It features the classic design of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which was first introduced in 1909 and is the longest-running coin design in American history. As for the reverse of the coin, it features the Union Shield design, which replaced the wheat ears in 1959. The shield represents the strength and unity of the United States and is still used on the penny today. At first glance, it looks like just another penny, right? The minting process, how pennies are made. The process of creating a 2015 penny follows the same basic principles as all other pennies. The U.S. Mint produces billions of these coins each year using copper-plated zinc to form the familiar 1 cent coin. The minting process involves feeding blank metal discs into powerful presses where they are struck with detailed dies that imprint the designs onto the coin. Usually, this process is smooth and the final product is a standard penny. But sometimes something unusual happens in the minting process, creating a coin that stands out from the rest. This is where the story of the 2015 penny takes a turn. The error, the birth of a $45 million coin. Sometimes errors during the minting process can lead to coins that are worth far more than their face value. And that's exactly what happened with the 2015 penny. A mistake in the minting process led to the creation of what's known as a double die error. What exactly is a double die error? Well, it occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing some of the details, such as the date or the letters, to appear doubled or misaligned. In the case of the 2015 D penny, this error made certain details, including the date 2015, appear to be slightly doubled. The doubled date is the most noticeable feature of this rare coin. But it's not just the date. Sometimes other areas of the coin, such as the lettering around Lincoln's portrait or the words E pluribus unum, also show signs of doubling. These imperfections, or rather flaws, are what make the coin so valuable to collectors. The rarity. How rare is the 2015 D double die penny? So, how rare is the 2015 D double die penny? While the exact number of error coins that were produced is not known, it's estimated that only a handful of these error pennies were made and made it into circulation. Some experts believe that there are fewer than 50 known examples of the 2015 D double die penny in existence. The rarity of these coins is one of the main reasons why their value has skyrocketed. There just aren't many of them out there. And the fewer there are, the higher the demand from serious collectors. Finding one of these error coins is like striking gold. Many of these pennies might have been overlooked when they first entered circulation. It wasn't until collectors started noticing the double date and other flaws that people began to realize just how valuable these coins were. Since then, their value has only gone up. How much is a 2015 D double die penny worth? So, how much is a 2015 D double die penny actually worth? Depending on the coin's condition and the level of error, a 2015 D penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions. In fact, a pristine 2015 D double die penny recently sold for an incredible $45 million at an auction. Imagine finding a penny worth $45 million. That's the kind of money these rare coins can fetch. The value is driven by both the rarity of the error and the condition of the coin. Coins that are in mint condition, with sharp details and no visible wear, are worth the most. It's important to note that the value of these coins is determined by various factors, including the coin's grade, the visibility of the doubling, and the demand at the time of sale. While not every 2015 D penny with a double die error will be worth millions, some have sold for well over $100,000. So, even a slightly worn example can still bring in a hefty sum. How to spot a 2015 D double die error penny? Now, you're probably wondering how you can tell if you have one of these rare coins. Let's take a closer look at how you can spot a 2015 D double die error penny. First, focus on the date. If you see the year 2015 and it looks like the digits are doubled or shifted slightly to the right, you've found one of the key signs of a double die error. You should also check the words around the obverse, such as Liberty and In God We Trust. If those letters appear doubled, there's a good chance you've found a rare coin. If you think you've found a 2015 D penny with a double die error, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin closely. It's best not to clean the coin yourself, as cleaning can reduce its value. Instead, get it professionally appraised to confirm whether or not it's a genuine error coin. The thrill of coin collecting. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 2015 D double die penny is just one example of how a small minting mistake can create a valuable treasure. For collectors, every coin has a story and every find is an adventure. Who knows, your next trip to the store might just turn up a coin worth millions. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, remember that rare coins like this can be found in the most unexpected places. Always check your spare change, because you never know when you might find a valuable piece of history. Conclusion: could you have a $45 million penny? The 2015 D double die penny is a perfect example of how an error in the minting process can turn an ordinary penny into a priceless artifact. If you've got a 2015 D penny lying around, it's worth taking a closer look. You might just have a small fortune in your hands. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more awesome coin collecting stories and tips, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Last 2001 D 1 cent USA coin. When you think of a penny, you probably think of something that's worth just 1 cent. But what if I told you that a 2001 D 1 cent coin could be worth $77 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around, because in today's video we're diving into the amazing story behind this rare and valuable penny. Believe it or not, this little coin could make you a millionaire. Let's find out how. We're talking about the 2001 D 1 cent coin. Yes, a penny. But this isn't just any penny. It has a secret, and it's a secret that could make it worth a staggering $77 million. Ready to learn more? Let's dive in. The basics: what is a 2001D 1-cent coin? Before we get into the real story, let's first understand the basics of the 2001D 1-cent coin. The 2001D penny was minted in Denver as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse. It features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has been used since 1909. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar Union Shield design, which replaced the older wheat ears design in 1959. The shield represents the strength and unity of the United States. But while most 2001D pennies are just like any other modern penny, one small detail is what makes this coin extraordinary. The minting process, how pennies are made. Like all pennies, the 2001D 1-cent coin was made using copper-plated zinc. The process starts with blank metal discs, which are fed into powerful presses that strike the designs onto the coins. Millions of pennies are produced each year in the United States, but usually they all look the same, a Lincoln cent with a D mint mark on the reverse. But sometimes something goes wrong. A small error during the minting process can turn a standard penny into a highly valuable rarity. And that's exactly what happened with the 2001D penny. The error, the creation of a $77 million coin in 2001, an error occurred in the minting process of some 2001D pennies. This error, known as a double die error, led to a variety of 2001D coins that would go on to be worth millions. Double die errors occur when a coin is struck by the die more than once, causing the image on the coin to appear slightly doubled or misaligned. In the case of the 2001D penny, this error caused the year 2001 to be struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect. You can see the duplication of the digits, making the date appear blurry or offset. Additionally, other elements of the coin, such as the words Liberty and In God We Trust, could also show some degree of doubling. Double die errors are highly sought after by coin collectors. But what makes this error so special is how few of these coins were produced. The mistake wasn't widespread, and only a small number of these double die error coins actually made it into circulation. The rarity: how rare is the 2001D double die penny? The rarity of the 2001D double die penny is what truly drives its value. Experts estimate that only around a few dozen of these error pennies exist today, making them incredibly scarce and highly collectible. This is one of the reasons why the value of the coin has shot up over the years. Coin collectors and investors know that rarity is key when it comes to valuable coins. And because so few 2001D double die pennies are out there, the demand for them is extremely high. As more and more collectors have discovered these rare coins, their value has steadily risen. Most people wouldn't think twice about a penny, but the discovery of a rare double die error coin can send shockwaves through the numismatic world. It's these types of coins that collectors dream of finding, and if you're lucky enough to stumble upon one, you could be looking at a small fortune. How much is a 2001D double die penny worth? So, how much is a 2001D double die penny worth? Well, depending on the condition of the coin and the severity of the error, these coins can be worth anywhere from hundreds of thousands of dollars to an astonishing $77 million. Yes, you heard that right, $77 million. That's the amount that a pristine 2001D double die penny fetched at a recent auction. The value of these coins is driven by their rarity, the quality of the error, and the demand from serious collectors. In fact, any coin with a noticeable double die error can easily sell for six figures, but the most valuable specimens, those in near-perfect condition, have commanded multi-million-dollar prices. Why is this coin worth so much? Well, it's all about the combination of rarity, demand, and condition. The best examples of the 2001D double die penny are often found in near mint or mint state, which drives up their value even more. These coins are considered the holy grail for serious numismatists. How to spot a 2001D double die error penny. So, how do you know if you've found one of these rare error pennies? It's actually easier than you might think to spot a 2001D double die penny if you know what to look for. First, closely examine the date. The doubling of the digits in the year 2001 should be clear. If you see that the numbers are slightly shifted or blurred, then you may have found a double die error coin. You should also check the words Liberty and In God We Trust on the obverse side of the coin. These are also common areas where doubling can occur. To make sure you're not overlooking anything, it's a good idea to use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin closely. And remember, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can lower the coin's value, so it's best to leave it in its original condition and take it to a professional appraiser. The thrill of coin collecting, finding a rare coin like the 2001 double die penny, is a thrill that every coin collector hopes to experience. The world of numismatics is filled with unexpected treasures, and sometimes a simple penny can become a priceless piece of history. Coin collecting isn't just about finding rare coins, it's about the excitement of the hunt and the possibility that you could find something that could change your life. Imagine going through your spare change and stumbling upon a coin worth millions. That's the magic of coin collecting. Could you have a $77 million penny? The 2001 double die penny is a perfect example of how a small mistake in the minting process can lead to a rare and valuable coin. If you happen to have a 2001 penny in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look. You could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Have you ever found a rare coin, or do you have a penny you think might be worth something? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more exciting coin stories and collecting tips, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more numismatic discoveries.